Statesman Nation. We're here with Coach Todd Hafner as we preview Week 9 of the 2018 season. We'll talk about Benedictine, and then we'll definitely preview Benedictine, but then we'll definitely also talk about the Peru State game last week, and I guess that's where we're at. So we won't wait about talking. We're talking about it right now. So a battle, as everybody figured, it went down to the wire, and just the team that I guess made the play at the end came up with it.
Well, and that was that's exactly what it was. And it was heartbreaking. I mean, our kids were disappointed after the game, and but I'll give them a lot of credit. They've came back, and they understand that this is a week-to-week process, and we've really had a good week. And I know that there's some weeks that have been better than others for sure, but this was definitely one of our better weeks. And I'm proud of the kids for the way they bounced back, because it sure could have gone the other way just as easy. But yeah, one play, we had a touchdown call back in the first overtime, which was unfortunate, but it is what it is, and there's not a lot you can do at this point other than just look back and say woulda, coulda, shoulda, and try and learn from your mistakes and just make sure they don't happen in a crucial time again.
Yeah. Well, you guys in football, it's a different sport than anybody else, where you don't have a postseason. I mean, you have a postseason, but you don't have a postseason tournament.
Right.
Where it's like, oh, you know what? If we're not playing very well, you can still get hot at the right time.
Right.
Football is a situation where if at some point you get knocked out of contention for postseason, then it's just a lot of playing for pride. And we're not to that point yet. No. Because, I mean, there's still a conference title, depending on if some teams would knock off somebody else. It could be a tie probably. Or possibly, but otherwise it's kind of that pride time right now. It's like lock in for your seniors, lock in for yourselves, lock in for the future, all of that, and I assume that's a lot of what you guys have been talking about.
Well, it is, and the thing about it is we're not, like you said, we're not completely out of it. I mean, if we win out, there's a really good chance that we're going to have a chance to share the conference championship.
Yeah, exactly.
This week we're playing number 8. I think it's a great opportunity for us to go and play well and see. Really kind of show everybody what we really are about, and next week obviously with senior week and in Grandview you play for the trophy, so there's a lot still left,
definitely.
And our kids have really, they've again one of our better weeks, as far as preparation and the way they've gone about business and the way they've. It just seemed a little bit different at practice. I thought Tuesday was maybe a little bit goofy, but looking back on it, maybe it was just our kids have loosened up and let's just go play and have fun and things that we really wish would have been going on from day one.
But, exactly right.
But it just was a different week, and again, I'm proud of them for the way they handled last week's loss and the way they've prepared themselves to try and win this week.
Right, definitely. Let's talk about that Benedictine team. On paper, they are probably the most impressive team in the conference, both sides. I mean, they're one of the best for scoring and one of the best in not allowing teams to score. So they're obviously they're a tough team. There's a reason why they're top 10. So
no question. And you watch them on film and you think the same thing. And for some reason though, our games with them have come right down to it. And so we feel that we have a good scheme for what they bring on both sides of the football. They've scored 84 or 85 points a couple times, so that's obviously going to take their scoring average up there pretty good. But, they have 2 fantastic running backs. They're really good up front. Their quarterback's a senior. He's been playing. He's experienced. Defensively, they returned a ton of kids from last year. You look at their 2 deep, and their number 1s are juniors and seniors, and their number 2s are juniors and seniors. And so. When you've got your program to that point, you know that you're rolling pretty good, and Coach Wilcox has been doing it a long time.
A while.
A while.
We think we've been here a while. You've been here a long while.
You're right, and they know how to win football games, and he's done a great job, and his kids play hard for him, and so that's really, you have all that experience, and your kids play hard. That's really all you can ask.
Yeah. Talking on the offensive side, they do balance really well. I mean, you can't say, well, here, we're just going to shut down the run, because they can pass the ball as well. So, I guess, again, without tipping the hand, is there a little opening you guys see that, hey, I think we could do some good things against them, slow them down? And,
I think the biggest thing that you have to try to do is you have to try and limit their yards rushing first. Right. And like I said, they have 2 backs that are phenomenal. I mean, they both could play anywhere in the conference, and they do a great job up front. Their offensive line splits are almost foot to foot, so there aren't a lot of creases in there, and they turn around and hand it to the back and say, okay, wait for a crease to open up and then accelerate through it.
Yeah.
And for us, it's all about being gap sound. We have to have someone in every gap, and if a gap opens, we have to have someone there to fill it. And so I think that's where you have to start. You have to start by trying to stop their run game, and then once you think you may have control of that, then you can do some different things to try and blitz them and do some different things. But I think the biggest thing is you just have to be gap sound and do your responsibility, a lot like last week against Peru, a little bit different style.
That's what I was thinking too. It sounds like very disciplined.
It's a different style, but it obviously you have to be where you're supposed to be, or if you jump out of your gap and they find it, then there's going to be a crease, and that's obviously never a good thing. So, but that's what we'll try and do defensively. Offensively, we've just got to try and control the football. I think teams that can score like they can, the hardest thing for them to do is score if they don't have the ball. And so I think it's important that we maintain drives, and again, last week we had plenty of chances to finish drives and we just didn't do it. We had the ball for 35 minutes of the game almost, and
over 12 minutes in that one
drive and didn't score. And so, and that was an emphasis going into last week, that look, we're doing good things with the football, we just need to score points. And I think that's going to be vitally important again on Saturday. And if we can control it, put points on the board and put some pressure on them, who knows.
Then hopefully it's going to be a not as blustery of a day. I know that obviously played a huge role. I mean, that was probably the biggest thing of anything, was the wind last week.
I mean, it could have been pouring rain and it would have been better than the wind, the way it was Saturday. I mean, no question.
Definitely. Just it impacted everything.
Everything.
At the end. But hopefully the weather is better. I'll tell you that. I mean, obviously you said you want to hold on to the ball longer and you want to just slow down their run, but other keys, I mean, again, hopefully the weather's not an issue.
I don't think it's not supposed to be an issue Saturday like it was, but again, you have to, when teams can score like that you have to limit their opportunities. So you can't turn the ball over. You have to be good in the kicking game, and last week, for the most part, we were pretty good in the kicking game considering the win.
Right.
And I think that offensively and defensively, you just have to play hard. You have to you have to outplay them. You have to be tough. You have to outplay them, and when it comes right down to it, you just have to play harder than they do. And hopefully, again, I'm going back to this week of practice has been fantastic, and so we're looking forward to getting down there and playing the game, and hopefully we can do those things and come out with a victory.
Yeah. Well, hopefully in the end, you got a loose team that is playing for a lot of stuff, but maybe more than anything right now, they're playing to just be the spoiler.
That's right.
And they're going to take that and put it on their shoulders and say, you know what, let's just go out and have fun and mess up their season a little bit, because
and that's what we're going to try to do.
That's exactly it. I mean,
yeah.
Just be wild men out there and enjoy the game of football.
That's right.
All right, Coach Hafner and the guys will be down in Atchison, Kansas on Saturday, 1 o'clock start. Again, if you're not able to be there, statesmanathletics.com, all the links will be there. So
I want to say congrats to your wife.
Oh, yes, thank you.
For last weekend, that was fantastic what she did and what she's overcome. And Statesman Nation's proud of her.
Yeah, it's awesome. My wife ran a marathon last weekend, so we'll do another shout-out to Jody. Overcome a lot, and anybody that's willing to run 26.2 miles is way cooler than I am, and way tougher than I am.
And this guy too.
There are a lot of people that did it, but I'm definitely proud of her more than anybody. But thanks so much for
You're welcome.
All right, good luck.